It's January 30th. Here's your thought or question for the day. Have you ever noticed that if something happens to you, maybe someone didn't show up for an event, or you're wondering if something is wrong, or something feels off inside of you, you often come up with ideas in your brain about what's going on. Here's the problem with that. Oftentimes you're not right. We're programmed, our brain and body are programmed to not leave things unanswered. It generally makes us too anxious. We have to have an answer to something. If you think of it from this perspective, can you remember a time in your life, or maybe several, where you have filled in your own blanks about something or someone or an event or whatever it is, and you found out later that you were wrong? If we can start to recognize, by calming ourselves down, that our brain is simply a processor and that our anxiety needs a place to go, we can come back to our peace and our center and understand that sometimes we just don't have an answer to things. You may get the answer later, and you might not ever get it at all. That's difficult for people to understand and to deal with. We don't like change, and we don't like not knowing what's coming. This belief happens from our past. I'm going to suggest that you try, even just for today. You notice if something comes up, maybe somebody texts you or you text them and they don't respond to you for several hours. Do you start to panic? Do you wonder if something's wrong? Do you wonder if you did something wrong? Maybe your partner is out with friends and they don't come home by the time they're supposed to come home. Do you start to think that they're doing something that's not good? Do you start to think they were in a car accident or something like that? And the reality is maybe they were helping someone who was in need and didn't have a chance to get to their phone. There's many, many ways that we can fill in blanks in our world that are not correct. All this does is add worry, anxiety, and stress to yourself. I'm going to recommend that instead you take a few steps back, you breathe, you take care of yourself, you understand that all you have is this present moment, and you bring yourself back to your center. If there's a way to get the problem solved, a so-called problem, do that so you're not worrying about it. Send out positive intentions instead of focusing on the negative. I look forward to talking with you again tomorrow.